Today, the court has asked the Senate to recall Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. And tonight, we shall be hearing from the Minister of the FCT, Mr. Wike, on some of the issues raised by the opposition coalition leaders. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the program. This is Politics Today, live on China's television. I'm Sean Wakimbalo here in Abuja. Let's tell you that Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja has appealed to the Senate to recall the lawmaker representing Kogi, Senator Natasha Uduaghan Akpoti, while delivering judgment in the matter today filed by Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan challenging her suspension. Justice Nyako began with the contempt application filed by the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio. The court also found Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan guilty of contempt over a satirical apology she posted on our Facebook page on the 27th of April. And we also let you know that across 5 regions of the country today, the National Assembly began conversations around the constitutional amendment review, and the zone of public hearing on the review of the Constitution is expected to be held simultaneously in those 5 geopolitical zones across the country. The Senate President says the review of the Constitution being embarked upon by the National Assembly will guarantee the evolution of a more just, united, and forward document. So last night, we had the former Minister of Transportation and the former governor of Rivers State, Mr. Rotimi Amechi, who appeared on this program claiming that Nigerians are pained under President Bola Tinubu. He also said that the economy and security were better under Buhari and that ordinary citizens are hungry. He went further, saying that he's not in the coalition for an appointment, but because he believes the Tinubu administration is not fit to govern. Well, on Wednesday, we saw the formation and emergence of a new front for the opposition coalition, and that alliance, the African Democratic Congress, led by Atiku, Mr. Peter Obi, and other eminent figures in the opposition. They're aiming to break the APC's hold ahead of 2027. Mr. Amechi insists on the program yesterday that he's not crying for power but hunger, saying he never stole, and is part of a coalition aiming to stop Tinubu's re-election. He even claims conditions under Buhari were better. Tonight, we'll be getting some reaction to some of those views, whether or not Nigerians are better now than they were under the Buhari government. And I'm being joined on the program tonight by the Minister of the FCT and former Rivers State Governor, Mr. Wike. Your Excellency, thank you so much indeed for joining us.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
I appreciate it. Let me begin by giving you a right of reply, because there were a lot of things that were said yesterday. Your name came up in the conversation a few times.
Yeah.
How do you respond to some of those things your predecessor in Rivers State said?
What did he say?
First, let me take you up on the fact that he said someone like him should be very respected because he's older than you and was governor before you. And to the extent that he said,
I think it's very unfortunate. First of all, you should be respected by the integrity you have. You should be respected by the honor you have. You shouldn't be respected because you are 200 years old. First of all, you can't claim to be my senior. It was unfair to him for him to make that kind of comment. In mere fact, he was a governor before me. There's no law that says, if I'm senior to you, I'll be governor before you. To God be the glory. He gives power to whom he wants to give power at the right time. is for you to use what God has given to you to enhance the upliftment of mankind. I want to say with all due respect to anybody, I never knew Rotimi from Adams. In 1998, I contested chairmanship of one of the most important local governments in this country, Obiabo local government, which is the Puri ethnic nationality where he comes from. He is not for the same local government with me, but for the same ethnic nationality. When I won, who brought Rotimi to me was a woman called Papa Chidi, Eda. In the name of God Almighty, whom all of us serve, must always tell ourselves simple truth. And that Chidi Wiyoka was one who brought Rotimi and make it to be. When he had his mother, he failed in 1999 of the national election. He failed at the state assembly to the man from the Puri local government who claims to be a human rights activist. I can't remember his name now. You see, this bread is something else. It's from Elele Okalali. You see, because I never knew you asked me this question. Everybody knows. God forgive me. I cannot remember this man's name. Who failed? He was an APP. To be lost. He went to the tribunal. That's why they brought Rotimi to me. And actually, Wike brought him to me. The lawyer was Dapado, who was from Ghana, but I walked to River State. He wrote to the rank of the Director of Civil Litigation, Steve Dapado, was a lawyer. So who helped? It's unfair.
So you were the one who helped him, not him helping you.
You couldn't have. Tinubu is there from LLA. Everybody knows that.
What did you do for him at the time?
Because, you see, ignorance is ignorance. This Rotimi was shouting today, talking, shouting. He never knows his left or his right. It's unfortunate. I bought an electoral act. Then, under that time we are still operating, the decree, you understand the military, they say the government came in 1999. So they will say the military government. And so we're still operating under decree number 4. God has helped me now. Uche Okuku was the man who defeated me. Uche Okuku was the man who defeated Rotimi Amechi. Uche Okuku contested under APP. Amechi contested under PDP. Amechi lost.
For House of Assembly?
Yeah, House of Assembly. In fact, I can tell you, the man who was to be the speaker, from Maloma, Tony Wadi, left. Dr. Peter Odile, who of course wanted to make Amechi his boy the speaker, waited until that matter ended in Court of Appeal. Amechi won, and then Amechi became the speaker. Now, Amechi was unfair to Rivers people, unfair to Nigerians. I worked last night. When you asked him how he became rich and how you now fund his president, he told you that he was an industrialist.
Oh, you know his wife?
Very well. Very, very well. Very, very well.
And you know the wife is a businesswoman?
No, certainly not. It's unfortunate a young woman, how you can bring her up to this kind of discussion. But having brought her, let me tell Nigerians, I bet you must be fair to Nigerians now. You are insulting Nigerians. Why would you do this? When did your wife become an industrialist? Which of the manufacturing company does she own that has become an industrialist? I have always said, we are playing politics, let's play politics. Leave our wives out of this. I'm sure you will also understand I've never one day, never, as chairman of local government, as chief of staff, as minister of state, as governor, as minister now, I've never brought my wife to the public thing. It's not problem. Now you have said your wife is an industrialist. How much you are not fair to Nigeria? You are insulting the sensitivities of Nigerians. And that's what I've always told people. If I want to challenge Shehu, Shehu, I want to challenge you. Let me not hide on the canopy, on the school of anything to say, oh, this is why Shehu should not be here. I should say, Shehu, you are not competent. I should say, Shehu, channel television or whatever name, they're not happy with you. What is the problem? How is your wife an industrialist?
Is she not?
She's not. She's not with
She's a businesswoman.
No, I don't know about it. You have been a businesswoman, that don't mean an industrialist.
She even said in the
You
government
can be a
house,
trader.
as a chief of staff, did you see her selling at the government house?
Selling is not an industrialist. With due respect, I can be selling hampers. Does that make you an industrialist?
Was that what she was selling?
No, I can sell so. If I'm selling water, you're not the one producing the water. If I'm selling rice, are you producing rice? Now, with all due respect, I'm sorry to say this. I hear when he said, you went to Base University. Is that what you would have thought? You don't know the difference of being an industrialist, of being a trader, assuming your wife's a trader. I mean, you are trained. So I'm sorry to say this. I hear you went to Base University. That's what I had. It was last night when you were interviewing him, he said you went to Base. I didn't know. So is that what you would have taught in university? That if you're a trader, you're an industrialist. So unfortunate, a university graduate, so unfortunate, a former minister, so unfortunate, a governor, former governor, will say that my wife is a trader. Therefore, she's an industrialist.
Well, you as a chief of staff,
yes,
minister,
yes,
you know so much because you are literally almost everywhere with the governor.
Yes, yes.
When you served in the Amechi government.
Yes.
What did you know that Mrs. Amechi was doing?
No, I can tell you the truth with all due respect to you. And that's why I said, why do you bring your wife into this kind of discussion? It's unnecessary. If you love your wife, why do you do that? Why do you do that? Now you are making to the public now to know. Your wife was never an industrialist. What they are, you see, I respect women. I respect my wife. And that's why it's very difficult for me to discuss about women. I'm telling you, if you watch me, I'm very difficult. But see, I'm pained that a man who wants to be president of a country, like I had him say to you, will bring his wife to this, that now will enable me now to begin to explain that no, you are not being fair. You know your wife was never an industrialist. You know. Okay, you know.
So because the
no, let me tell you, I don't think Amechi loves his wife.
Why would you say so?
He couldn't have. If he lost his wife, he wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have done that. Okay. As a university graduate, if I ask you ask me a question, where would you get the money? Where do you get the money from? You're talking about presidential ambition. As a university graduate, character and in learning, all I will say, nobody becomes a president with his own money. Nobody's money can make you to be a president. My friends, my supporters will have to come. And they have promised me. They have promised me they will support me.
The premise, Minister, is the fact that, just for a moment, sir, the premise upon which Mr. Amechi made those claims was the fact that your wealth is questionable. He said he's not like you.
My wealth.
That, he said your wealth is questionable. And that he doesn't ride the kind of cars you ride, he doesn't own the kind of houses and the land and all whatever that you have.
No.
So there's a question mark. Can you explain your wealth?
Okay. So that I don't digress. Let me finish first. I will come to that. About wealth and no wealth. I will tell you. How people are hypocritical. How people insult Nigerians. Deceiving Nigerians. First of all, Amechi's wife was not an industrialist. I've never been. The best I know. And that's why I call on Mr. President to release the forensic audit of NDDC. Through Amechi's wife company, every month 4 billion naira to train Niger Delta women for 1 year, 48 billion naira. And that the forensic report audit is there. Who killed it was Malami, the Attorney General then. The Attorney General then, one of the people who are talking about.
Are you privy to that document?
Sir, if Mr. President should help Nigerians. You see, this is what I have always said. Mr. President should help Nigerians. Please, release the forensic audit of the NDDC.
Well, is it a crime to get a contract from government?
4 billion naira a month to train Niger Delta women. 4 billion naira.
And you have evidence? Do you have a copy?
I have said, let Mr. President please do us a favor to release that document. Release that document. Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, my former Attorney General Malami, killed that document because to protect those who are concerned.
But that's a big allegation.
I'm not saying, all I'm saying, let them release the document. If what I'm saying is not in the document, I will resign at the Ministry of LCT. I said I will resign. I don't worship office. What I'm saying, let them release the forensic audit of the NDDC. I didn't say the forensic audit was right, but I said release the report of the forensic audit. ESI. That's how the wife became an industrialist. 4 billion naira every month to train Niger Delta women. Now, so that you will say, I'm dodging from the question. He said wealth. Let me tell you, I even overheard him say that somebody gave him a Rolls Royce. There's no using it. Come, what kind of education did people have in Bez University? With all due respect.
Mine was very solid.
I don't know, but you said he went to Bez with you. Look at what he said. He was a governor.
But he went to Rivers too. He went to University of
No, he didn't pass University University.
No, what do you mean?
No,
he had a master's.
Can I tell you something today you will know? I met you went to University, he couldn't pass. He went to University of Port Harcourt. I will come to that. And I'll tell you the grade he came up with. You are thinking. It depends on how you graduated. I will come to that. I am an alumnus of University of Port Harcourt.
So I was going to say,
I was trained by the best of the professors. I will come to that.
So because before you question base, because base is one of the degrees that I have.
No.
So we should go to University of Port Harcourt.
No, I will come. Nobody can challenge my qualification.
Maybe he's a lawyer like you too.
No, please, with due respect, at what age? I'm coming. At what age? I'm coming. I said he went to this, but I'm coming. He said he got, somebody gave me a Rolls Royce. He did not use it. Somebody gave you. You took. Who gave him? Senator John Mbada gave him. When did he give him that? Everybody knew that when Amechi was the governor, John Mbada the senator, who is the chairman of MCC, Mona Consortium Company, was doing 60% of the contract in Rivers. In fact, it's one man who contributed to my political development. I will never, my political growth, I will never deny that fact. But that does not mean when you see something that's wrong, is wrong. He said, John Mbada gave him Rolls Royce. When did he give him? When he was governor. And this was the man that was doing the contract. In fact, in Rivers State, he gave him the contract to be the man that would supply all the vehicles to take over the private transportation in Rivers. It was not supplied. Yes, it's correct. It was not supplied.
Wasn't it supplied?
It was not supplied, yes.
That's a crime.
Of Israel, it was not supplied. I will come to that. He gave him a Rolls Royce. He took the Rolls Royce. Whether you use the Rolls Royce, what's my business? Shehu, I have a Rolls Royce.
Who gave you?
So what? Nobody gave me a Rolls Royce.
You bought it?
Of course. So what?
With what money?
Which money? So let me tell you. Femi, before Hamatan, there was cold. I didn't come from the same background with Rotimi Amechi. I didn't
were you rich before?
Not to me rich. I didn't come. As a student, I was in a Mercedes Benz. As a student, I was in a Mercedes Benz. My father was a general manager of so many companies.
So you came from a rich background?
I will not say too rich for the Dangotes. But I think I had a small background. Yes.
But Mr. Amechi challenged you.
No,
he said you have houses everywhere. Where are these houses? The subject of your wealth.
I'm coming to that, sir. So that Nigerians will hear. I've not denied here. His anger, he saw that I used Rolls Royce. So what? It was not given to me by a contractor who was doing job with me. No. A contractor gave him. A contractor gave him. That was bribe. You took from a contractor. I will not do that.
Mr. Amechi said he's not corrupt.
No. One of the most corrupt people. I will come to that. And I will come.
Are you corrupt, Mr. Wike?
What do you mean the word corrupt? No court has found me guilty to be corrupt. When you say the word corrupt. But if you say, well, I like money, hold on. Nobody can do without money. You cannot say because I say, I need money to solve this, therefore I'm corrupt. No. I need money to pay my children's school fees. I need money to take my family's health care. Does that make it to be corrupt? No. But when a man comes in the public to say, I don't like money, you know that man is a big liar because he needs money to solve this problem, to solve it. We're not going to that. You're talking about houses. I'm not a bushman. No, I'm not. I'm from Obiabo local government, part of Padawa local government before, well brought up. I have a family background. In fact, when you go to Ekwere Road, my father was one of the few people who have duplexes in Ekwere Road. So you cannot say that. Not too rich, I agree, but you cannot say that. Not at the level Amechi came from. No. No. It's not comparable at all. Never. Now he said, I have houses. So, Amechi was speaker, 8 years. Amechi was speaker, a governor, 8 years. Amechi was minister, 8 years. He don't have houses. He has a spiritual problem.
Because he said he's not like you people.
No.
Enrich yourself
I will tell you, that's why people should learn. Nigerians should know the kind of characters deceiving Nigerians every day. Pretending. I will tell you his house in Gusape here, where I live. River State government built. You need a butter bunker to destroy the house. I will come to that.
Why would you want to destroy it?
No. What I'm trying to show, the quality. That's the point I'm trying to say. I'm not saying you should just. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying that you can't be a poor man and have such a house. That's the point I'm trying to make. He told you, oh, he does not have this. Where's his house? In OGRA. Who built it? In OGRA. Ask him. I want to say that NPA and NIMASA, they don't pay contractors. Yes, he knows that because they have not paid his wife, who's a contractor in NPA and NIMASA.
At the moment?
At the moment, that's why he knew.
How do you know?
Well, how would I know? He put the DJ NIMASA Dakuku, whom I defeated in 2015 governorship election. Then he took his boy, Coco, who was the account officer in Zenith Bank, and made him as a director of finance, and then put him as managing director. Therefore, he's not able to know when NPA and MESA do not pay. He knows that. Who owns those contracts he's talking about? The wife. It's unfortunate. I watch him. How can a man at that level talk this? People should give us some of this. I feel so bad. In the name of God, I feel so bad. I should discuss a man's wife. I feel so bad.
But you disagree about his wealth? You disagree?
No,
is he older than you? He said he's older than you. He said you need to give him respect that he made you. And he made
okay. Let me
you
tell
serve as chief of staff.
No, Shehu. Amechi.
Did you recommend you as a minister or not?
No. Let me tell you what happened. Let Nigerians also know. It's unfortunate. Is it the character that wants to be Nigerian president? I will tell you today. And you know it very well. When Amechi had a problem, when Obasanjo said, a kid Dr. Peter Dudley recommended Amechi. And it didn't work. We're all in tears. Yes, it's correct. Now, how do this look? I will never allow this to live within those who are with me. It was also not that would have been by what we saw, by what they were all doing. The body was the chairman of the EFCC. We all know what happened. Now, One agreed. What did they say? Okay. Omeya, who is Amechi's first cousin. From Ubima, the same ward, the same local government. On that day, which was on a Saturday, called Senator Magus Abe. Called Senator Magus Abe. Amechi called me, called Senator Magus Abe. Omeya came to Amechi's side, the Forces Avenue. When he was speaking, he said, listen, I want you to work with Abe and Wike. I agree with them. That was the same day Amechi was taken out to Ghana. We met with Omeya. Omeya again as a tricky person, reduce the language wayo person.
Why would you say that?
No, he is.
No.
So, sir.
Is that fair to say?
No, you cannot be fair to Omeya.
That's a political leader.
No, who's not a leader? Omeya, he knows me. He knows me. Sir, call him Senator Magus Abe. We met with him. His usual wayo characteristics. He played us wayo. I'm using a local language balance because I was involved, not I was told. I was involved. I went to the Dudley. This man said, "Why you man?" We agreed I should bring this person to be the coordinator for the campaign in Obiabo and this. The moment we left Obeya, he announced another person. I went to the Dudley. Yeah. Is it what you are going to see? He said, no, that cannot happen. With all due respect. I don't want to go back to certain things that happen. But anyway, let Nigerians hear. Let Nigerians know. People just sit somewhere, what you don't know, you are talking. You don't know.
Amechi did not make you. That's the summary.
Yeah, but no.
That's what you're saying.
I will tell you the history.
But did he make you or not?
He couldn't have made me. Let me tell you.
Because
I was chairman of council in 1998.
But you served with him as chief of staff.
No, that was...
He recommended you to Jonathan for ministerial appointment.
No, sir. Let me tell you what happened. God in his own way. Amechi thought he was doing me bad to push me out. Senator Magnus Abe is there, he's alive, he's not dead. Call him to this kind of forum, ask him question. What happened? I was a DG, but I want to tell you how Amechi became governor. Before he now say how he met me. So you will understand the background. I'm not a pushover politician. Yes, I'm not. I would do whether you like it, you don't like it. Yes, it's correct. Yes, it's correct. Now, when we did what we did, we moved Amechi to Ghana. I was the one. In fact, I had never won a Babadiga in my life. That's after wearing Babadiga. Amechi lawyer, who is attorney general, the latest problem here say, will tell you the truth. In the name of Almighty God, I put my life to it. In fact, it came to a point, I called my wife, listen, take my children. I don't know what will happen now. Take them away. See what I have, take this. If I survive, it's okay. If I don't survive, that's how God wants it. Yes, I did that. Now, I go to Ghana, Amechi comes to the airport to pick me. When he comes to the airport, he wears his cap. Tears. My eyes will come out. Tears. at the Ghana International Airport. They wear a face cap. I was one who did everything facilitated. There's a lawyer, Ricky Tafa. I don't know where he is today. Wherever he is, God knows. He knows what happened. At the Lagos International Airport, he knows. Marcus Leji, wherever he is today, he will tell you. And I spent everything I had in my life to see that we succeeded and Amechi becomes the governor. When he became governor, he asked me, I said, sir, I'm not interested. I want to be in charge of the political structure. Political structure is his chief of staff and this.
It's against the story that you wanted to become finance commissioner.
I don't know. See, can I tell you something? I'm the former General of the Federation, Bella Doke. I don't know what he will say. But call him, ask him. So his conscience, is this correct? Ask Wagusabe. Ask Idozu, former Commissioner of Finance. In the name of God, one man who is a big liar is Amechi. I can tell you, I'm calling names now. Bello Adoke, former Attorney General Federation. Ask him. It doesn't matter whether today is my friend or it doesn't matter. Ask Magusabe. Ask Idozu. Ask them. I choose to say, look, finance works. I want to be chief of staff so that you see, you must know what you want in political life, relevance, and what is finance, what are you going to do with it. As chief of staff, you were reporting to me. So what is my...
Minister, let's take a pause because we need to take a break.
Thank you.
But what is more important tonight is whether this government that you're serving under is performing or not. Because that is a contest Mr. Amechi had yesterday, that this government is a failure, is worse than what we have seen. And perhaps for what we're going to see in the coming days, whether or not Nigerians are suffering under this government more than they have seen in the past government. That's going to be our conversation when we return from this break, everyone. Join us again. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us on the program. Let's get back to our conversation with the FCT Minister, Mr. Yensom Wike. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you, sir.
I think we should go to issues of whether this government that you are serving is deserving of Nigerians' sympathy, because you saw what happened. Literally, the PDP has been emptied into the ADC.
How?
You saw a lot of people that went into the ADC, into the opposition coalition.
The PDP to ADC?
David Mark is in ADC.
Yes.
Mr. Atiku Abubakar is part of the coalition.
Yes.
Governor Tambuwal is part of the coalition.
Yes.
Someone like Bolaji Abdullah is part of the... Dele Momodu is part of the coalition.
Yes.
It looks literally, if you look at the faces of the people right there,
okay,
these are the heavyweights. They're probably one of the most prominent in the PDP are empty. That's former Governor Suswam.
Yes.
All of them are there.
Yes.
The big question here is that APC is in trouble. And the fact that President Tinubu, they said they are going to send him back to Lagos.
I'm not going to speak for APC. But I want to say, in reality, let me take them one by one. The people you just mentioned, that are the big weights of PDP. One by one. Weight of them is a big weight of PDP that delivered its local government, its state, and they have abandoned the party. People read big weights by I was former this. Now, let me tell you, I will start with their so-called interim chairman.
That's a former two-time Senate president.
Okay.
David Mark.
Thank God you are saying so. You are the one now clarifying it to me. Let us take time. How can you rate David Mark as a big weight of PDP? Let me tell you. With all due respect to you, his federal constituency, the daughter ran under APC, and she won. Yes, that's correct. He, as leader of the party, where all the funds are given, is not that one. Now, two things are there. It's either you are not being sincere with PDP, you are playing pranks with PDP for long, or you are not on ground. How can you be the leader of the party, a former Senate president for 8 years, from a federal constituency, and your daughter will run in another party and win the party that you're a leader? For Christ's sake.
So you don't regard him as a... Does that take anything away from him?
No, the point I'm making is you're a leader of the party. You're a leader of the party. Every fund is started through you. And your daughter, your own daughter, running against your own party, under another party, which is the party you're opposing to, APC. And that party, your daughter won. Now, what I'm trying to say, don't give coverage to anybody. Let's open everything as it's supposed to be now. And let's tell ourselves the simple truth. Mr. David Mark, Senator David Mark, how did your daughter win a federal constituency? Two things are responsible. Either you play PDP wayo, or you are deceiving PDP. Or another father is local. You're never on ground. So APC could win. Do this. There's no way. So the issue of, are you saying that? Now, how do you regard people?
Does that take away the fact that they're going to be a big threat?
There's no big
and they
threat.
Are coming
no,
with an alternative.
No alternative. None of that.
Minister Wike, Nigerians are suffering. They are going to take away the suffering of Nigerians away. That your government, the government which you're serving, has impoverished Nigerians the more. And you heard the analysis of Mr. Amechi yesterday.
Oh, no, Amechi has never had any analysis.
Are Nigerians not suffering, Mr. Wike?
No, I'm coming to tell you. Let me tell you. First of all, does it rely on the man who was in government? I will come one by one. And I want to tell Nigerians this. I have no problems. I've never told you, as in government, we don't have challenges. Now, but Nigerians will also know. Look, who are these people telling us that we are suffering? Were there not people who are in government who are putting Nigerians to this suffer? And somebody came in now, just 2 years, miracle will be performed.
Is 2 years not enough to show
nowhere is it done. Under where we were, nowhere. Let me tell you this. Let me take them one by one. Amechi was a governor, was a speaker for 8 years, was a governor for 8 years, was a minister for 8 years. Nigerians were, he never knew Nigerians were suffering. Remember, Amechi was one of those who championed the removal of Jonathan. And he claimed and he said openly, we kicked him out. He said so because Nigerians were suffering. We kicked him out. Yes, he said so. They kicked him out. He went out. No problem. He was proud of it. He wanted to be somewhere. He didn't. Now his government came from 2015 to 2023. What happened to Nigerians? Nigeria were in heaven. Nigeria were not suffering. Everything was going normal. There was a train bomb from Abuja to Kaduna. You know. They bombed the train. There was no train again from Abuja to Kaduna for how many years? That was under Tinubu's government. Is that correct? Is that correct? Is that correct? He was the Minister of Transportation. They bombed the train. Was Tinubu the president then? Why can't we tell ourselves the truth?
But does it take away the fact that Nigerians are suffering now?
No, I'm coming.
We thought Buhari government was worse for Nigerians.
Shehu, I'm coming.
But the livelihood of
Shehu, I'm coming.
Worse.
Shehu, I'm coming. You were there for 8 years. 8 years. 8 years. Not 8 months. 8 years. This man came just 2 years. I put steps. If you were there for 8 years, you could not put steps to correct what has happened. Right? This man just 2 years. I say, well, I had them tell you that the coalition started 18 months ago. 18 months ago. 18 months ago. Which means Tinubu was in office for 6 months. For 6 months. He started coalition.
Maybe they've seen that there's no capacity.
No, I'm coming. Nigerians told them within 6 months they are suffering.
And Nigerians not suffering.
No, listen now. I'm coming to the point. You see, I will tell you. Who caused the suffering? And who's trying to solve the problem of the suffering now? Are you blaming the man who's trying to solve the problem of suffering, or you who caused the problem of suffering? Are you not supposed to say, let's support this man who have put processes and start to correcting the problem that they're suffering? But you who caused the suffering, I'm coming. So, it's unfortunate, and this is what I don't like in this country. People like you, all of us, should educate Nigerians. Enough is enough. Stop insulting us. Don't be using our name to say we are suffering. Don't trivialize the sufferings of Nigeria. Don't trivialize the challenges Nigerians have. Sir.
How do you explain the enormous debt that has been accrued to this country under this government in the last 2 years?
No, sir.
Which is more than what we have seen in the last 8 years.
No, it's not correct, sir. It's not correct, sir. Have the facts correct. Under Amechi, as Minister of Transportation, how much did you borrow from the China
Exim Bank?
Yes. How much? And ask yourself question. The cost of rail transportation all over the world, which is more expensive. It's more expensive in Nigeria than anywhere in the world. Compare. I watched when Amechi was telling you yesterday that, yes, I took the loan. Yes, President gave me everything to do. Yes, it's good. Look at how emboldened he incurred them for Nigeria. And we're not benefiting from that. And you have that effrontery to tell Nigerians, I took loan. I have no problem with loan. What is the benefit? What is the cost? Now the same thing in Rivers. He spent $39 million US for Caribbean White Hospital. Go there, there's no foundation.
Is that the reason why you did not complete the rail, the train that came into the
from where to where?
City?
From where to where? From where to where?
Was that unfair for you to have abandoned that?
Abandon what is impactful or not for 1 kilometer? How much you spent? Over 50 billion naira?
But you said to have spent 39 billion on renovating.
Oh, is it functioning? 650 million in 3 weeks, in a year? And how many years you have recovered the money? Come on.
Minister, just for a moment. Just for a moment, because we're getting to the top of the hour. But I still have quite a lot of questions to ask Minister, Mr. Wike tonight. For that reason, we'll be extending the conversation for another half hour. this is going to be a special edition of the program because there are a lot of issues bordering on the average person tonight that we need to tackle, and we're not yet done with the conversation. So for that reason, let our viewers know tonight that we shall be extending the conversation for another half hour so that we can deal with some of the issues on the table. So, Minister.
Yes.
Your government that you serve in
Yes.
need to explain to Nigerians that the suffering that they are feeling right now, the cost of transportation that have gone up, the cost of food that have gone up, food inflation that have gone up, unemployment rate that have gone up, a lot of the indices of the economy that is unfavorable, how do you explain to them when their lives in the last few years is worse than they've seen over the last few years?
So, that's not correct. Not correct. Now, let me ask you one question. Now, unfortunately, the government came, took over from, I'm not trying to criticize. See, that's why I've also been careful. If you watch Mr. President, be careful. He took over an economy that was gone. Was gone. Was gone, totally gone. Take, for example, the fuel
Subsidy remover.
That's a different example. Everyone says this was a scam. This was a scam. Agreed. So what do? He can say, no, I will not allow this again. Has to go. In saying that, there have been a lot of challenges. But a lot of money will be put in the hands of states or the federating units. And what the president did today, there's so much money in the hands of states, whether anybody likes it or not. There's so much money. Now, I'm not saying that you have utilized the full advantage. But what you must ask yourself, yes, are there steps taken? And you cannot tell me here that within 2 years, the whole problems would have been solved. So if anybody says that, and that's what I don't like him.
Are you asking Nigerians to be more patient?
Well,
They've been patient for 2 years. How much more patient do you...
But you were there for 8 years. You saw what happened. The whole thing had collapsed. Nigeria was to be buried.
Would Nigerians die more?
No, the point I'm making...
in the last 2 years.
Why not say the Nigerians was ready to be buried? Luckily, he has not been buried. Somebody has come in. No, I will not allow you to be buried.
So Tinubu is a savior.
By the grace of God, he's doing everything to make sure that, look, see where we are. Sorry. I'm going to take a decision that will be hard. But if we sacrifice, we get there. Mention anywhere in this world, in 2 years, economy that was gone, dead, buried. And somebody comes up to say, for you to survive this, you must take hard economic decision that will not be too palatable. But if you support us, we'll come out of it. And that is what he's been doing, and which is correct. Like I told you, if these people are talking about coordination, they are sincere. You know, I've always said this. I wish you are a product of. We want people to say to Nigerians, listen. People who now come to say, Nigeria was dead. Nigeria is this. Nigeria is okay. Assuming you're not considering. They were in government for so many years. What did they do to make sure we are not in that? Let me take, for example, Ralph Aribosala was Minister of Interior. Come on, for Christ's sake. For Christ's sake. You know what I've been in at the airport? Look at this young boy, Tunji. See what he has done. Ralph Aribosala was the Minister of Interior. What did you do? See, this is why I say, look, I have no problem in you talking to me. When you are talking to me, you had an opportunity you are minister, for example, of FCT, for example. You are minister of Interior, for example. You will tell me, as minister of Interior, what steps did you take to make sure, as far as anything that concerns internal affairs and interior immigration, what you did? Nothing. Now, Shehu, you are Senate president, number 3 president in the world, in the country. What steps did you take? What did you support? To say, look, our country cannot continue like this. All these people who are telling you today of coalition, that's what I always ask people. I have no problem about coalition. Who is talking to me about coalition? The man who has been in government for how many years? Take for example. The man was a governor in Niger State at the age of 36. 36. He became Minister of Communication at the age of 38. He became a minister at the age of 51. He became a Senate president at 59. For 8 years. Now tell me. When you were the governor in Niger, what did you do there? When you were a Minister of Communication, if you remember when the man was Minister of Communication, he said that the phone is not for the poor. Today he is telling Nigerians he wants to rescue Nigeria.
I mean, if you just a moment. Just a moment.
Okay.
Because and Dele Momodu was very upset with
I'm coming there.
Just a moment.
Yes.
Dele Momodu thinks that you attack people too much.
Yes.
And he doesn't think that you are the kind of leaders Nigerians should listen to.
No problem.
Because, for example, and you heard what, for example, Bolaji Abdullahi said when he came on the program.
He said what?
The fear that a lot of people in the APC are having is that the coalition's capacity is coming like a storm against the government, and that the coalition is likely to remove the president and the APC government in 2027. Are you worried about that?
No. That's nothing like that. So let me tell you. I will take them one by one. Let me finish with the man. I don't know where is your friend. Let me finish with me. The Nigerians will know.
I would rather like us to tell on the issues.
And that's what I'm saying. It's issues. That's what I say. You are coming to tell me you want to rescue Nigeria. That's what I'm trying to make. But you had the opportunity. You are in government. Did you rescue Nigeria? You never knew that Nigerians were angry. I went to Otubo. Go to his village, no road. Go from here to Berryway, no road. Senate President, you were the one presiding over the budget, approving the budget. Come on, who is deceiving who? It is now you know, under Tinubu, the Nigerians are suffering, Nigerians are angry. Now then we are not angry. When you were there for 8 years, you could not even allow the road to go to Benue State.
Should we allow Nigeria to go further down?
No, that's not what it's not going further down.
If these people have realized, if these people have realized it now.
The road, how can you, who was in office, realize it? Allow those who are not in office to realize it, not you. Now, the road is going on now. By the Tinubu's government. By the Tinubu's government. To shame you. And you don't want to be shamed, but you'll be shamed. Because the Tinubu government is doing the road from Abuja to Benue, which refused to be done. Now, you talk about, what's the name, Dele Momodu. For Christ's sake, for crying out loud. Ordinarily, why should I talk about Dele Momodu? Why should I do that? He said
as a distinguished journalist and
I don't know.
A publisher,
please.
Former editor of
Oh, please. You can have money and be a publisher. Publishing what? Let me tell you. I can tell you authoritatively today. I've never said it anywhere. Dele Momodu does not have what it takes. Credibility or what? I know how he came to me.
To do what?
Oh my God. Ask anybody. He stayed with me for how many weeks? Even when he's eating, with all due respect, There are things I expect people to be decent and rest. You collect food, the food will be flowing over, falling down. I mean, so please, let me respect myself. You say you ran for presidential, you didn't get one vote. These are the people you are telling me our coalition. Hey, man.
He's a Nigerian. He's entitled to...
No, what I'm saying...
He doesn't think
No, for you to say...
Your comportment in attacking personalities in this country,
he
thinks that that's not good.
No, Nigerians will know the kind of people are talking to them. Because, you see, I say who is here. If you are talking to me, I will say who is Shehu. I will say so. Is Shehu the kind of character that should talk to me, that should plead to me to do something when I know that Shehu does not have what it takes?
What about the likes of John Oyegun? I mentioned Bolaji Abdullahi.
I am coming to Bolaji them.
I've mentioned Rotimi Amechi. I've mentioned Aminu Tambuwa. Peter Obi is there.
I'm coming.
There's a tsunami against your party.
No, there's no tsunami. There's no tsunami. The Buccaneers are vampires and we have chased them away.
You don't think that 2014, 2015 will replay itself?
How?
When the MAGA
who?
uprooted
Who?
The tsunami.
Be careful. Tinubu is not like Jonathan. Odds were against Tinubu in 2023. Odds were against him in 2023. It's like me. You can't have it that way you want to think about it.
But let me tell you, 2027.
Sorry, you don't
you guess what they say?
No.
That this election is going to be Nigerian people against Bola.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Who do you think that they are there? These people talk about Nigerians. That's why I'm trying to refer you. You were Senate President for 8 years. You didn't remember Nigerians. You were Minister for 8 years. You went and indebted Nigeria. You didn't talk about Nigerian.
Atiku Abubakar is there too.
Hey!
Atiku
Abubakar has the history under Abiola of betrayal. Let me tell you. Tell me how you consider about Nigerian. Okay, I would say that you don't make us to derail. You talk about the Bolaji. Bolaji was minister under Jonathan. 2014, Bolaji left to APC. Very well. It's correct. Yes.
Because his leader also moved.
No, I'm coming.
Saraki
no, we are coming. We are coming. He left. What happened? In 2019, what happened? He left the same APC because the leader left. He joined PDP. Wike. I heard what he wrote about Wike. Wike made it to leave PDP. Yet he said Nigerians are angry. Which one do we take? Now, 2019, you left them. And you came to PDP. You were a commissioner, you were supposed to pray to the governor, everything. You went and ran for governorship election, the Kwarabu never supported you. In 2023, he ran for governor for Senate. I was one of those whom he came to support him. Ask Bolaji. He came. Yes, it's correct. He lost his unit. I don't want to talk about his word. He lost his unit. Now he wanted to go to APC back. He went to the Kwara governor. He wanted to publish a book for the state. And later the Kwara governor cancelled it. He didn't now go to the APC. He further was the boss. Saraki. Now he now told Nigeria is angry. Nigerians are angry about Tinubu. What has Tinubu got to do with their movement every time? Nigerians are angry. What has Tinubu got to do with that? You have the temerity to come on national television. When you left in 2014 to APC, Nigerians were angry against Jonathan. You left again in 2019. Nigerians are angry with Buhari. He came to PDP. Now again,
Minister,
you left again now. Nigerians are angry.
Are you aware that you are one of the reasons why a lot of these people left the PDP? Because they think you have balkanized the party. You've left the PDP as a carcass. You've left the PDP with as a shell.
Okay, what did
that you are the reason. You are the one who destroyed the PDP.
No, what you?
So, the accusing finger.
Okay, hold on now. When you left in 2014, was I a governor? So then what was the reason that you left in 2014? To APC, to form APC. Tell me, was I a governor? I was not bloody Minister of State, I resigned. You left. Why not tell Nigerians the truth? You left now. Bolaji, you left. 2014. Was that the problem? Now, you APC won. You left APC and came back to us. Was I in the APC when you left APC? Bolaji, you left APC. You came back to PDP. Was I the one too? Now, having come in 2019, you didn't leave. Now, when you wanted the ticket and everything in 2023, you got. Now, when you lost, you have a problem with your boss, Bukola Saraki. You made an attempt to go to APC. The APC governor refused you to come. Was I the one? Was I the one? Now you left again now to ADC. So look at this history. You have the history of living. Article.
The fear is whether or not this country is not going to be turned into a one-party state.
No,
and you have not reacted. You have not reacted to your role. Minister, just remember, you've not reacted to your role in the PDP.
Yes.
Are you happy with the way the PDP is?
No, PDP is getting now. Let me tell you. Have you seen me comment about PDP when in the bank, Buccaneers and vampires have left?
But that's the name they called you in the PDP.
No, they can't.
They said you are the one that Buccaneers.
I support. See, when I took they left this party, I was the one that kept the party. Let anybody come out and challenge me. I was the one.
But are you still angry that you were not made the running mate?
No, what is that?
Because they said,
okay, if
that's
I'm
the
angry,
reason that you want to destroy the party.
Me, if I'm angry, would that make me to be the president? I'm not going to run, and I will not run. What I'm saying, keep to the constitution, keep to agreement. And that's what I will always start any day, anytime. Let anybody say, we are agreeing on something, and I will not keep to it. Let me tell you why people like Tinubu cannot survive it. Check. Now, see, from Tinubu history, from Abiola, he came to PDP in 1998, 99. He became the president. He became the vice president. He was one who, under the vice president of Atiku, of Obasanjo, he ran in another party. People have forgotten that. And his boss said, this guy is very, 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 very corrupt. Not to me. I didn't say. I never said so. It was Obasanjo that said so. No. He came back. He now tried to scatter PDP. He went to APC. Because he didn't get ticket. He went to APC. He fought in APC, Buhari took over. Again, he left the APC. I came back to PDP. And then you manipulated it, you got the ticket. No problem. No problem. You became a presidential candidate who supported you. No problem. Again, now, you are fine. Oh, somebody want to control the party. Now, I'm going to ADC. Come on. Come on.
Let me ask you. You still say that you are still in the PDP. Is that right? You're still in the PDP.
Very well.
So if the PDP has a presidential candidate in 2027,
yes,
between President Tinubu and the PDP candidate, who would you be supporting?
From where?
In 2027.
From where?
Who would you be supporting?
If
President Tinubu emerges as the candidate of the APC in 2027,
yes, and
there is a candidate of the PDP in 2027,
yes,
who would you be working for?
That's what I'm saying now. The candidate will look from where?
It doesn't matter.
No, what made me?
Does it matter?
It does.
If you're a member of the PDP,
no, equity fairness. PDP constitution says this and this and that.
If the candidate comes from the south, would you be supporting?
Until we get there.
But you don't know now whether you'll be supporting PDP or APC.
They played that to us. It was played against us. Did I hide my feelings from day one? That look, since you cannot follow, since you don't believe in fairness, equity, and justice, I will not support you. Did I not say so? Did I hide it? Did I hide it? No, I didn't hide it. So you should not understand anything. And let me tell anybody who cares. You know why this country, why politicians are abusing Nigerians, insulting Nigerians, intelligence, and this. They come and tell you all kinds of stories, which I won't do. So I will not come and tell you what I will not do. No, I won't do it. I will not do it. I won't do it. Let heaven fall, I won't do it. If I tell you, Shem, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it.
Oh, but you have said things that you say you would not.
Show what?
You say you are not going to be a minister.
I never said so. Please.
You said what are you looking for?
Please, I said this, and people should correct that. It is not my intention to be a minister. Please. I do not support Tinubu to be a minister. In the name of Almighty God, I supported Tinubu that equity, fairness, and justice. And let people, and I said so. Before I became a minister, I agree with my governor. I agree with National Party office. I agree with zonal, and I agree with state. So people should not, when people just, you cut this, I show this. No, take the whole thing holistically. You don't just say, I said, no, this is not correct.
But, Minister,
yes.
Do you agree with Mr. Fubara that he's going to serve only one term? Is that the agreement?
Who told you that?
We understand that that's what the agreement.
Why are you interested in that?
Because that's my job.
It's not your job.
I'm a political journalist.
No, it's not your business.
I'm interested in what happens
it's not your business.
Politics.
What you should be interested in about peace in River State.
Is there peace now?
Yeah, of course.
Will it be reinstalled? Reinstated?
What do you mean reinstated?
Because you met the president. He was the one who declared state of emergency.
Yeah.
And there must have been some assurances.
I never met president to declare state of emergency. Please, people should know that. I said the governor should be impeached.
You wanted the governor to be impeached?
Yes. But president is wisdom and considering total consideration of the state. No, let's not do this. He did that. No problem. And president never invited us for any peace thing. The governor met with the National Assembly, met with State Assembly, met with the others, and we agreed. It's okay. Can we go and meet president? Say, sir, we have agreed on peace. President never invited anybody to say, agree on this, agree on. No, it's not correct. People just, and it's good for us. All of you are speculating. Continue to speculate. You know why people to say, well, thank God, there's peace. What is our problem in what are the conditions for peace? Peace is peace. Why are you interested in conditions for peace? The problem people have, with due respect to you, nobody's coming to Arise, nobody's coming to challenge, nobody's coming to AIT to abuse Wike. Because the oil well has dried. The oil well is dried. Nothing again.
What do you mean the oil well is dried?
Okay, let me tell you now. Where people are sucking from. It's dried now. There's no longer coming. No more problem now. There's peace. So what are you going to talk? You go and make governor. He said no.
But why,
I have peace with my governor.
Why do you think that Fubara should not do a second term?
Who told you that there's something like that?
Can you tell us what happened?
Why would I tell you?
What's the agreement?
No, you cannot know.
You are the master of agreement is agreement.
But are you part of the agreement?
Yes.
No, you're not.
Because we are in Nigeria together.
No, you're not, but you're not for River State.
I cover River State. I have interest.
No. You have never contributed anything to the development of River State.
No, I have.
No, you have not.
I have.
No, you have not. You only collect money for River State.
I almost died.
About your coverage.
I almost died in River State covering elections.
No, but you are paid for it.
No, that's coverage of election.
No.
We do it for free.
Can I tell you something? Mm-hmm. And that's what keeps me happy today. That all of you are in dark. And you could not to be in dark. You will never know. When I agree, there is peace. Whichever thing you want to say is your business. Whether channel, whether Arise, whether AIT, whether anything. die in that darkness. Because when President called on of us and tried to make peace, he went to town and began to say, why this, why this? Somebody who said, look, let there be peace. You were killing President, calling him all sorts of things, no problem. We now on our own, internally, will agree that with peace. And we agree that peace. What I think should now project, say, look, there is peace in the River State. Don't be asking us, what are the terms? Why are you asking us? What's their business?
Minister Wike, I think we should wrap up, and in this way, I'd like us to wrap up.
Yes.
In all of this,
yes,
a lot of the opposition is saying that things are not looking good for Nigerians. And you are working in the cabinet of President Bola Tinubu.
Yes.
What would you be telling Nigerians in terms of what they need to take home right now?
Yes.
What is the hope that they have that this government will do right by them?
Yes. No. What
and that they should not vote this government out of office in 2027?
No.
Why they should not?
Let me tell you, we must be sincere. We must be sincere and tell ourselves a simple truth. We should not be misled by people who have left office and want to come back to office. You know, one thing you say, a politician, I will tell you, I'm a politician. Once you leave office, all they are planning how to come back to office. Most of us who are no longer in office are no longer relevant. So we plant all kinds of propaganda. Let Nigerians say, look, yes, you who is talking to us, but you are here. What was our fate? What happened? Now, Nigerians also know, is it possible, sincerely, that in 2 years' time, in office of somebody, that you have solved all problems? Which are there steps, are there things that have been put in place to make sure that things get better?
So are there hopes for Nigerians?
That's certainly big hope. Certainly big hope. But you see, you do it like where a pastor comes to say a miracle. I have a prayer for you. It does in 1 minute. It will it's not true.
All right.
What I've told Nigerians, I will not serve in any government. That does not mean well for the government, for the country.
Does this government mean well for Nigeria?
Very well. That's why steps have been taken, though hard, but necessary.
All right. We need to leave it at that. Minister of the FCT and former governor of River State, Minister Nyesom Wike, thank you so much indeed for your time tonight.
Thank you, Sharon, for the opportunity.
But that's the end of our special edition of Politics Today tonight on the program. Thank you so much for watching. Watch out for another special edition on Sunday. I'm Sean Akimale. Bye-bye.